Welcome back to They Did What? Your source for the internet's craziest, most entertaining stories, where I go over them, analyze them, and most certainly make fun of them. Today, going to go over a story titled, My Ex-Wife is About to Be Homeless and is Asked to Live with Me and My Son. And guys, this story, let me tell you, if you're a guy that's ever been through a very ugly divorce, or maybe you're going through one right now, where try as you may, your ex or your soon-to-be ex right now is making your divorce and life a living hell. Maybe she cheated on you. Maybe she's doing everything to take your money, make things difficult with the kids, all that. You're going to appreciate this story here where this guy went through a lot of hell and is now come out on the other end, and now his wife is now begging to live with him because things haven't quite worked out for her the way she thought. And let me tell you, she's gone nuts. There's no other way to describe this. And this guy actually was on the fence about this for a brief period, but now he knows, no, not getting involved with her. Not going to help her, not at all. I'll be very good one to go over here just to show you what happens, how the mentality that once a gal has an impression of you, you're Mr. Nice Guy and all that, she can put you through hell and still think you're going to take her back. I mean, you got to be out of your freaking mind. But anyhow, grab some popcorn. You guys will enjoy this one. And bear with me, guys. My allergies are killing me today, but I'm bound and determined to get this video done. So if I'm sniffing and my voice is off, that's why. I'm doing my best. It says here, well, buckle up, friends, because my wife's fever dream is about to get weird. I'll be brief as possible, but I'm still trying to figure out what to do here, which is why I'm posting. Also, to preface, I'm also leaning towards a big no. But I wanted to see if I was missing anything, and this is wild. Now, as a backstory, he says, a brief backstory. 3 years ago, during COVID, my ex-wife, Petunia, cheated on me. There you go. That starts the hell. We have one young son and have been married for 7 years. I tried to work things out, but her mom convinced her she cheated because she was unhappy with me. Well, you know what? If her mom's trying to convince her to get out of it, then she's actually helping you, because you shouldn't stay with her after that. But he probably wanted her to work things out because of the kid and all that. And I get that, but it's just a mistake. It was a very high conflict divorce. And at first, I made a few bad decisions. Trust, letting her have access to our joint bank accounts. Smack. Don't put all your dough in a joint account that your wife can have access to, guys. Too many guys have been burned that way. I had a ton of false police allegations against me and CPS calls. So I put everything up to a camera. I walked with a body cam outdoors. I was literally self-monitored to avoid allegations. Oh my God. He's literally walking around with a body cam like a police officer, so she can't accuse him of this or accuse him of that. So let's review. Cheating, robbed him blind with the joint accounts, and accusing him of all these things. Not someone you want to do any favors for. A week after I put up the cameras, I caught her and her family breaking into my house. Legally speaking, she did not get arrested because we were still married, but it does look bad in court. However, I took my lawyer's advice and the custody my state gives fathers. Fortunately for me, she fell in love with someone in Europe, in a European country, and handed away most of the rights to my son. So there you go. Now, I'm glad he got most of the rights to the son, but still, just because she fell in love with some strange dude in Europe, the old European lovers, you Europeans watching this, I don't know what it is that you guys do, but nevertheless, tosses away the son for some strange guy. Most, as in, I got full custody. But she retained legal custody, i.e., she could pull him out of school or get his medical records, etc. My lawyer said this protected me if we went back to court because she would probably win that before and would look bad. 1 year later, guys, this isn't a long time, she is getting divorced a second time and moving in with our mutual friend. In 1 year, she got married and now is getting divorced. Does this sound like somebody that's mentally stable? Thank God this guy got most custody of the son. The divorce happened about a month ago, and during this time, she has not attempted to visit my son. Side note here, my lawyer advised me to play cool, don't antagonize her, don't withhold her son. Also, he told me to buy a house. I'm in a position to do so now, and set down roots to make it harder to take him away from me. Always listen to your attorney, guys. Again, our divorce was a high conflict, and I was terrified she would try and take him from me. I'm more than willing to allow her to see my son, and I want to do the right thing and let my son grow up happy. Honestly, that's all I care about. Her history says she's highly volatile, and I am concerned. Yeah, he certainly does, because you never know. Someone like that could just take the boy away or do something far, far worse. And the sad thing is when those situations happen, everybody sees the signs, but of course, the courts don't want to hear about it until it's too late. He says, now on to the current problem, and you're going to love this. I don't want to bury the lead here, so the crux is that she wants to move in for a few weeks with me until her YouTube career takes off. Yeah, good luck with that, honey. It's not exactly easy to be successful on YouTube. And I can go into all the reasons why it's not easy. I'm not insane, so I do not have any confidence in her said career. I also question her mental health for reasons listed below. He says, our mutual friends, a couple with 3 kids, grew tired of Petunia, and for a good reason. They assumed she would do the usual thing, get a job, and get back on her feet. They also work very hard and sometimes struggle to get by. So working 10 hours a day to come home to someone doing absolutely nothing is very discouraging. They gave her a deadline to get out, or they would involve legal matters. That deadline is in a few days. So Petunia has decided to call me and ask if she could live with me for a few weeks. Are you crazy, lady? After everything you put me through, cheating on me, making the divorce miserable, taking all the money which you know darn well wasn't yours, making things, abandoning the son. What else? Oh yeah, all the accusations, the police. Yeah, I'm going to have you come live with me. That'll work out real well. Not for all the fucking money in the world. Petunia joined some new age religion. Now this is getting good. There's a lot of detail to share here, but I want to leave the tangent manageable. Instead, I will link you over to the Asterius Society. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. She denies it by name, but line by line, that's what she believes in. I'm religious, so I'm careful not to make fun of other religions. It would not be sincere for me to do so. But it started with a tarot card readings, which led to going on to TikTok, and she believes that she is a star seed and an ancient alien who came to spread light to the world. This sounds like a lot of the stuff on the Ancient Alien show on the History Channel that was big about 15 years ago. I'm sure some of you guys watched those shows. They were very interesting, very entertaining. Remember that guy with the big hair that looked like flames? This is where this is coming from. It seems like a mix of paganism, Buddhism, and other spiritual things mashed into one. I'm trying not to rant about my reincarnations and talking with aliens here, so I've deleted many paragraphs of the issues I take with it. She thinks that she is a chosen being, risen above the masses, and of course that plays strongly into the ego. Well, what modern gal in the dating scene nowadays doesn't think that she's a chosen being and risen above the masses? Everyone internally wants to feel like they are unique, and believing you are some royal bloodline feeds into that. Okay. She's gone off her rockers. Right now, I'm legitimately suspecting mental illness. Our mutual friends tell me that they don't recognize her anymore, and that she's being secretive and not letting them know what's happening. I am a single dad with 100% custody and zero support from the other parent. Zero support from her. My dating life is also not looking up, but I have a promising career and we get by. Hey, who cares about dating? Do what you gotta do for you and take care of your boy and being a good dad. And you are a good dad, sir. I'm incredibly fortunate in a lot of ways. I've been getting a ton of therapy for my codependent behaviors, and I don't need this. She tells me she'll be homeless if I don't take her in. Bullshit. She has family, for goodness sake. She has means. She can get a job. She is just milking people's kindness. And she's a leech. And there are people like this in this world. They're freeloaders. Maybe she can reach out to the aliens, and she could shack up in their flying saucer or something for a while until she gets back on her feet and her YouTube career starts. They can come down. She can videotape them, put on YouTube. I guarantee she'll be a multimillionaire like that. She's not speaking with her immediate family because she moved to another country. If I let her in, though, it will seriously affect my mental health. What the heck do I do? I'm leaning towards calling her bluff and letting her figure it out, though it appears she will never get a job. Would the courts hate that? I'm very uncomfortable with this position. Bro, before I go on to his update here, do not let her in. You gotta be out of your fucking mind. They'll just bring chaos into your life as if you haven't had any enough. You're finally recovering from all this BS and now this shit. And your son doesn't need it either. And I'm sure if you consulted your attorney would tell you the same thing. So let's see what he does. Update. He says, I officially declined. Good job. I feel lighter. Like, wow, that's a ton of responsibility I don't have to have. I know a lot of you were like, wow, why would you even consider this? Are you insane? Yes, I am a recovering codependent, and I have a very difficult time setting boundaries and saying no. Well, good for you because you're improving. I feel strange even saying no, but also I feel much better. Mad with power even. Anyway, she did not respond, but she did leave me on read. Thanks for the energy, guys. I appreciate you all. So, guys posting their stories and getting feedback does help. He also says, getting a resounding absolutely not, which makes me feel a bit better. Honestly, I was leaning that way. But also I know that I'm deep in the forest and having an outsider's perspective really does help. Thank you guys, and I'm going to go through the answer and questions I see in an hour or so. So that's the end of his thing, and I'm going to go through comments in a second because they're funny. But so for you guys out there, like I said, has ever been through a bad divorce? Maybe you're going through one right now. And try as you may, she still made everything a living hell. I'm sure you enjoyed this. And many times I go through these stories, and these wives ruin the marriage. And they do all these things to these good men. And every once in a while, you hear these stories where they ruin things, and they come begging back. And these guys are like, not a chance in hell. So guys, if you're going through hell right now, maybe that could be your situation one day. And you'll enjoy the karma coming that way. Because karma will eventually come back to get everyone. I'm convinced of that. I've seen too many weird shit in this world to think otherwise. And also, the situation was reversed. And if it was a guy who was being awful to his wife, and then next thing you know, he's coming back. Except usually they take the guy back because they're used to guys that are scumbags. But anyhow, I'm going to read a few comments here before I wrap this video up. One guy says here, I wouldn't let her live with you. He said there were CPS calls and police allegations. Something happened with the joint bank account. Had to film your entire life for your safety. Hell no, this is not a good idea. Honestly, I'd call your lawyer and advise him or her on what she's trying to do. And that you don't want to do it, and see what he says to make things clear. A clear no. Go get ahead of any threats right now. Yes, better call Saul. Call your lawyer, figure it out. Another guy says here, if you let her move in, it will seriously impact your son's mental health and not in a good way. If she ends up homeless, it will solely be due to her own bad decisions. Yes, exactly. She brought this upon herself. If you don't want, call your attorney and ask them to be sure you aren't screwing yourself or somehow. If you have any other evidence of her insane beliefs, keep it. I can't see the court being upset with you not wanting someone you feel is generally mentally ill living with your kid. But ask to be sure. Very good point about that. And one more, this guy says, there's absolutely no reason for you to accommodate a high conflict ex. Living together, even platonically, increases the probability of conflict, and if she's not looking for a job and expecting to make her living as an influencer, in a few weeks she's not going to be realistic or rational. If he'd let her move in, she would never leave, and you know it. I can't imagine that the courts will expect you to accommodate her or penalize you for not doing so. I would tell her that I think it would be confusing for our child and awkward for both of us. Have you discussed with your attorney? He doesn't seem to be getting much done for you given the circumstances, but he should be able to give you some insight. Oh, one more. This is funny. This guy says here, let's see the positives and negatives of this, shall we? Negatives in this situation. Number 1, she cheated on you and left you. Number 2, filed false allegations on you. Number 3, got CPS involved. Number 4, broke into your home. Number 5, literally abandoned your child to go to Europe with some other dude. And man, if anything, that should be the only reason not to let her back in. Number 6, has now joined a cult, essentially believing she's some ancient alien. And number 7 is waiting for a YouTube career to take off and not get a job. He says, here are the positives. Number 1, I'm trying really hard to find something here, man. There you go. There's no positives in this situation, nothing but negatives about her and what she brings into your life. There you go. So guys, that'd be a very good one to go over here. A little karma story there. And if you're going through any shit, remember, one day it'll come back to bite her in the butt. All right, guys, that's it for today. Be sure to comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. And guys, you come across a good story they'd like me to share, definitely email it to me, strongsuccessfulmale@gmail.com. Just give me some time to get to it. I definitely want to get the chance. Any type of story, definitely send it my way. And be sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I'll catch you next time.